Hello, my name is Salvador Leva. I'm here to talk to you about the controversial topic of euthanasia. But before we get started, I want to ask you a question. If you had a dog or a cat that was really sick and in constant pain, would you not go to the bed and put it to sleep? I'm pretty sure you will, because you wouldn't want to see a loved pet go through all that pain. But before we get started, let me give you a quick definition of euthanasia. Basically, euthanasia is a process where physicians help patients die in a painless manner. Basically, doctors help terminally ill patients die so they won't have to suffer every single day due to their conditions. According to euthanasia.procon.org, the Greeks practiced euthanasia and considered a noble death because they didn't believe they believed that a painful death was not a good pain. So the less pain they endure while death, it was the better. Actually, the actual word euthanasia comes from the Greek word called thanatos, which only shows that many years ago the Greeks practiced this method because they believed that it was the humane thing to do when they saw one of their loved ones basically in pain and riddled with pain due to their condition or limitation. Professor Ian Dobigin, the history professor at Princeton University, argues that there's a need for a current reform in the medical field to allow euthanasia, since euthanasia is only allowed in 3 states, legally in 3 states. So he's basically pushing for the United States to allow euthanasia in the whole country, the whole nation, practicing this, what he believes is a humane way of letting people die without pain, without suffering, without watching their loved ones crying, having to withstand that sight. According to the webpage WRTL.org, only 4 states legally practices euthanasia, which is Vermont, Oregon, Montana, and Washington. These 4 states are the only states where doctors can legally practice euthanasia on their terminally ill patients. And we're talking about not patients with depression that just want to die, but patients with real life diseases that become too painful for them to do ordinary things like go to the restroom or take a shower, which becomes excruciating due to their condition. So these 4 states do this humane practice. According to the webpage express.co.org, the RSPCA puts down over 53,000 household pets, from dogs to cats. Basically, they put down these pets due to conditions going from cancer to other various diseases that make the dog so uncomfortable. They won't eat, they won't do regular activity due to the pain that they're in. So basically, let me ask you this: if you're willing to help a pet get a good death, why not do it to a patient that's in constant suffering? We do it to our pets because we love our pets and we don't want to watch them fade away, basically, or watch them in pain. So we should pass this reform so no one has to see a relative go through all this excruciating pain. As humans, we have this duty to help our fellow humans actually not get a peaceful death. So for the reform. Okay, in a book written by Jonathan Moreno, PhD, called Arguing Euthanasia, The Controversy Over Mercy Killing, he basically states that you have to consider all the things from wasting money on patients that are just in constant pain to legalizing it. So this is why I argue euthanasia it's a humane and proper way to die. Thank you.